Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is the Captain speaking here for Captain Clyde's MTG. And we got some news today for Lord of the Rings. The Blogatog has come out. Um, I forget when. I think it's a day or so old. I finally seen somebody post something. He's finally put something out there. So, on this beautiful, I believe Saturday is when I'm going to get this video up. Saturday evening. Let's take a look at the Lord of the Rings teaser from Rosewater himself. So, let's see on here. We have, oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 peeps. Don't forget. We have 5 different card types that get the legendary super type. That's interesting. Okay. A decent sized legendary matters themed. We've seen this before in the past. It normally doesn't go well. Dominaria was fun and it was really cool, but the draft it got old quick because of the Legendary Matters thing. But anyway, new non-mana award costs. So I mean that's pretty much going to be pretty easy. Right now we have Ward and mana. I'm sorry, we have Ward for mana. We have it for life. Probably going to be sacrifice permanents. Maybe give opponent life. Let them draw cards. It's all cool. A mechanic returns, but now references a different creature type. Hmm, that's interesting. A card that makes a Smog creature token. So clearly, Smog the Dragon is going to be in this set. If you're a Lotro fan, Lord of the Rings, that is, Smog's a big deal. He's going to be in this. If he's not, I'm going to be highly upset, along with probably a lot of other people, since he's one of the main characters from the books. Next here we have 2 3-color and 1 4-color legendary creature to go along with the 5-color one already previewed. So the 5-color one is the new Sliver deck for Commander. It's kind of interesting that there's only 2 3-colors, 1 4-color. That means all the rest are 2 colors or less, so it's not going to be a multicolor set, which is kind of weird. It may have a little less power level because of it. Maybe. Anyway, so a lot of one of creature type matter cards. All right, so it's going to be tribal Furies. Obviously, there's going to be Nazgul orcs, hobbits, soldiers, probably knights, warriors, and cards like that because it's the fantasy thing that Lord of the Rings is built on. So it just might be kind of interesting to have like halflings and hobbits and what have you. Next, we have a mechanic returns that I had to fight tooth and nail to get into the set it premiered in. See if I can remember what he's talked about there. I think that might have been Infect. God, I hope it's not Infect. It might be Infect. I mean, I think that was one thing he fought to put in a set, I think. Anyway, a new creature type gets its own equip cost. Interesting. Maybe you tap creatures to equip something. Some counters in the set: Burden, Death Touch, First Strike, Hope, Indestructible, Influence, Lifelink, Lore, Stun, Verse, Vigilance, and +1/+1. So the new ones we have here, we have Burden, which is probably linked to the Ring. Hope and Influence may also. Stun we've seen. Verse is probably a verse counter like, I would probably guess, what are they called? Not battles, but the other things. Um, oh my lord, I am having a brain fart. But anyway, uh, sagas. There we go. Oof, boy, it took a minute. Brain almost had to reset my brain for a minute. Um, but yeah, sagas might be something similar to verses because there's a lot of, I don't want to say there's a lot of singing. It's not like Lord of the Rings is a musical, but it is known for its amazing music and some of its singing verses like in Bilbo's house. So could be a thing. Next, there's some rules text that will be showing up on cards. Whenever you attack with Mary and another legendary creature, so that's obviously um, one of the hobbits. That's going to be interesting. Probably going to get a +1/+1 counter or maybe make something. Then create a food token for each creature you control. So clearly the hobbits are going to have some kind of food theme going on. We know that already. Remove a indestructible counter from Arwen. That's going to be very interesting. That probably going to give some kind of weird ability. Copy any number of target instant and or sorcery spells. I don't like the sound of that. Um, Mainly because copying anything and it says any number, it has to cost a lot. Because you got to realize this is going to be in at least modern. And modern and older decks have a lot of storm counts. And if you can storm off and then copy everything you storm off, it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be, I hope it costs a lot of mana, because if not, it's going to be really broken. Whenever you draw a card during an opponent's turn, create a 1/1 blue tentacle creature token. That is disgusting in several ways, but very Kraken-like. We've seen that in a lot of blue spells, creatures, and so forth. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Legolas. That's kind of funny, the whole keeping count of who you kill. Target opponent gains control of target horse you control. Interesting. I wonder if that's going to be kind of like a gilded Drake style card where you swap control of your horse for maybe their creature, or maybe the horse has I don't know. So when this ability resolves for the third time this turn, Gimli fights up to one target creature you don't control. So that's very Omnathish sounding. But again, if it's a fight ability, it might be um, him fighting already. Maybe part of that whole you keep count of who you kill. You may pay 0 rather than pay the equip cost of the first equip ability you activate during each of your turns. So that's going to be a card that's going to go straight into hammer time if it's playable, so keep an eye on that. Next, whenever you put one or more counters on Aragorn, put one of each of those kinds of counters on up to one other target creature. Okay, so I guess that includes, indestructible first strike, +1/+1, whatever the case may be. That's kind of interesting. So, legendary creature types, we're going to have an Avatar Demon, Bird Noble, that's obviously probably the rocks, Halfling Knight, Halfling Soldier, Merry Pippin, Horse, Rohirrim, Kraken. I don't remember what it was called, but there's a Kraken right before they went into the mountain on one point that attacked them at the door, but I don't remember what it was. Anyway, Nymph, that's very interesting. Spirit Nobles, okay. Spider Demon, that's obviously Shalbub, or whatever that spider name was that guards Sauron's domain. Wraith Noble, so that might be a Wraith Noble, might be the Nazgul, maybe. Okay, and then finally here are some card names from the set. Birthday Escape, obviously that's when it's funny, that's when Bilbo ran off from his own birthday. Breaking of the Fellowship, that's when they separated. Fear, Fire, Foes, maybe that could have been at the mountain going under it, or Smog, either one. Groan the Gatekeeper, that sounds cool. Horses of the Brunnen, okay. Limbus Bread, so that's definitely going to be some kind of food thing. One Ring to rule them all, like we didn't know that. Alia Font, I'm going to guess that's what that says. Hey, Second Breakfast made it in, that's kind of cool. That's probably going to be some kind of gain life or make food tokens. There and Back Again. Hey, there's the book he wrote. That's pretty cool. Might be some kind of tap draw, tap scry, pay mana, so forth and so on. So, and also, as you guys know, it says here, all these cards are set to debut Tuesday, May 30th. So Tuesday next week, we're going to finally start getting some previews of Lord of the Rings cards and see what the set's really like and how powerful or not powerful the set may be. But if I was a betting man, I'm going to guess that this is going to be a very powerful set doing some very silly shenanigans. Yeah. So stay tuned for more of that. Thanks a lot for listening, guys. I do appreciate it. Obviously, we didn't get a whole lot out of his spoilers this time like we normally do. Or maybe I'm just too used to them. It just didn't seem like much. But anyway, Thanks a lot for watching. I do appreciate it. So until next time, be kind, and as always, I hope to see you across from the game table.